Hey everyone, it's Marques here, Tyra Beauty Tainer, and I wanted to make a video really quick just because, well actually it's not going to be a quick video because somebody had asked me the other night if I would make a video about my journey in direct sales, network marketing, and just where I've come from, because a lot of my team is new. They don't know me, they don't know my journey, and you know, I just want to share that because I don't think I've ever, flipped the camera around and gotten deep with you guys. So I'm going to tell you my story and my why. My why is going to be included in this, and it's important to know. So anyway, I started network marketing a few years ago. My daughter was only a few months old. She's almost 4 now. So I want to say about 3 years ago. And I was just the mom at home. I had just had my first child. I was working part-time at a gym in a daycare, not really bringing in much money at all, maybe like 80 bucks a week. My husband was never home. He was working maybe 70 hours a week, and it was just really stressful and hard. I was a first-time parent. I didn't know really how to spend my time. She was an infant, and I felt very disconnected after having my daughter. I felt disconnected from the world. A lot of my friends weren't around. It just felt very disconnecting, and I was depressed because we didn't have a lot of money at all. We had bare necessities. We were living paycheck to paycheck. Every day was, how are we going to buy groceries? I found Amanda Bloxon. She was in a company called It Works, and she was doing these the company we sold body wraps. And she was doing this bingo game on her page, and the bingo game was to win a free wrap. So I always saw her doing these games every single night. I kept trying to win one, and finally I was just like watching her Facebook page for a while, and I was like, this girl is incredible. She makes really good money selling these wraps, and I want to make some good money. I want to be home. I'm watching her with all her kids at home, living the life, living the dream. And I said, why can't I do that? Why couldn't I work from home? Why can't I get on Facebook and do what that girl's doing? And literally the opportunity fell into my lap. It fell into my lap. I did not ever know that I would be doing this company. I did not ever know that I would be involved in this industry at all. At that point in time, I was trying to do Herbalife, like just as a diet, and I never even knew that you could like sell it and make money. Like, to be honest with you, I really didn't. And that's how ignorant to the industry that I was. Like, I just didn't know about it. You know, I had those friends that sold Mary Kay and Avon, and they'd want me to come over and do the facial and things like that, and I just never gave it a second thought. And it's crazy because I have always done sales jobs. Like, I used to sell cars. I was a car saleswoman. I used to sell cars for Ford. I used to sell cell phones. I was a tanning salon manager. What else did I sell? I used to be a nanny. There's just so many roles that I have played in my life, and I've done different jobs, and I've always just yearned to be my own boss, my own manager, my own boss. I didn't want to work for somebody else. I didn't want to build somebody else's dreams. I wanted to build my own dreams. So, long story short, I contacted Amanda, and she probably spent like half a day going back and forth, answering questions for me, and you know, I was that person asking a million questions, but I really just wanted to make money. So after we had spoken, I brought the idea up to my husband, and he immediately was like, oh my God, it's a pyramid scheme, it's this, it's that, you can't make money from home, it's a scam. And I listened to him. And I shouldn't have, but I did. I listened to him. Well, a few months later, we got married. We had our wedding. It was a gorgeous wedding, and we were still broke though. Like, we were still struggling, and I felt like if I didn't do something, we were just going to be struggling for the rest of our lives. And to me, that's just not acceptable. I'm a red personality. I cannot just, like, I need to be in control of things, and I need to be in control of my future and my finances and things like that. And if I'm not, I'm a mess. But anyways, I decided to go back to school. I was going to go back to college, and I was going to become a nurse. So I signed up for college, and I'm going through the nursing course and all of that, and it's super hard, and you need to just, it's a 24-hour struggle. Your husband, your baby, your schooling, work, and it was a struggle for me. I ended up switching jobs. I found a job at a apartment building, and I was the front desk girl. So basically, it was a great job for me because you're like, oh, whenever you need to work on schoolwork, as long as your work is done, like, you can work on schoolwork. Well, I just still was not bringing enough money in. Other people were raising my child because I refused to put her in daycare, and I just didn't want that. I didn't want that for my family, and I didn't want that for myself, and I knew that I wanted a bigger family someday, and I was just not going to bring another child into the world if I did not have, you know, a savings account or a career or something to be financially stable. So, you know, when you're in your 20s and you have all these goals for your life and things that you want to do, it's a struggle when you don't have finances to back that up, and you don't have a security net, and you don't have savings, and maybe you have a really crappy car like I did, and you're living paycheck to paycheck, and you're wondering how dinner's gonna get on the table, or how the rent's gonna be paid, or if the lights are gonna get shut off, and it's nerve-wracking and stressful. So I was at a point where I was just done. I was done struggling, and 3 months after I had initially spoke to Amanda, I decided to just give it a go. And I took our grocery money, and I jumped in. And it was $100 to sign up with my first company, and I did it. I just jumped right in, and I never looked back. Never. Jumping into that first company was just a huge risk for me because I took money from my family to join this company that I knew nothing about. I didn't know about the products. I didn't know how to sell them. I didn't know how to talk to people. I didn't know about what a comp plan even was. And I just jumped in. So I signed up, and I just went to work. Amanda just kept telling me, get the raps on people. You know, work your business, talk to everybody you know, get the raps on people, hit up social media, do what you gotta do. And I immediately was just like, okay, first things first, I need to make $100 back like this because my family needs to eat this week. So I went out and I pre-sold my first 4 wraps, and I made my $99 back. Just like that. I made it back, and I knew just how easy it could be. So I started to work my business. We started to make some money. Originally, I had only wanted like an extra $500 a month just to make ends meet and be a little more comfortable as far as, you know, buying groceries or paying a bill. You know, I just went to work, and I didn't let any excuse get in my way. I didn't say that I couldn't do it. A lot of sleepless nights. I was up working my business. I was talking to people. I was building social media, and I was just immediately hooked. I was hooked. Hook, line, and sinker. I was like, I love doing this. I loved meeting all the people. I loved my team. I loved making money. Whenever I needed money, all I had to do was go out and sell a product, and I made money. So that was just something that changed, you know, the way I thought and the way that I viewed things. Like, okay, this is not a pyramid scheme. And when the checks started coming in and I was able to pay rent, buy groceries, pay the electric, pay the cell phone bills, and the car payments, it was like, hallelujah, you know, the light bulb's going off over my head. So I had finally felt like, okay, I'm on the right path here. I'm making the right decision, and I love this industry. I ended up dropping out of nursing school, and I'm a two-time college dropout, by the way. Okay, I went to college when I was 18. I went to college when I was 18, and at first I was in college for fashion merchandising and management. And when I got to college, they wanted me to make clothes. And I didn't want to be a designer. I didn't want to make clothes. I didn't want to do that. It wasn't my passion. So I ended up switching to travel and tourism. I was going to be an event planner. I don't know why travel and tourism got thrown. I don't know. I was a mess, okay? I ended up spending 8 weeks in college before I dropped out, came home, and I just worked dead-end jobs until then. When I went to nursing school, I had a plan, I had focus, I had direction. And then I kept seeing all these successful people in the industry, like Amanda. And, you know, there were just tons and tons of people in the industry that were making hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars a year. And I am the type of person who looks at somebody like that, and I'm like, why can't I do that? Why can't I make $100,000? I've never made $100,000 in my life. I was used to like maybe making like $10,000 to $12,000. So why couldn't I be somebody in this industry? Why couldn't I be what they were? And, you know, I looked at Amanda and I said, I'm going to do this. I'm going to be a leader. I'm going to do this. I'm going to make something for my family. Whatever she did, I did. I copied her because she was doing the right things to get to where she was, and I wanted to be her. So I copied her. Everything she said, everything she did, everything, the way she acted, I did it. I faked it till I made it. But I did. And when it came time to, you know, when our second company came around, you know, she contacted me and she said, I have this opportunity and I can't pass it up. And literally, I didn't even have to question it. I knew to follow my gut, and I knew to follow her, and I knew that she was not going to steer me wrong. I was not going to go down a path that wasn't meant for success because I trusted her. So we ended up joining our second company, which was unique. And me and her, we banded arms and we ran to the top of that company so fast. And we took an amazing team with us. So many people in my team, in my life, my friends, my family who joined my team, they also garnered success. And they were enlightened to an industry that maybe previously they had no idea about. I have friends who will never do anything else but network marketing ever again in their lives because they have seen how much it has changed my life. I was never rich. I wasn't. My parents, we always lived a comfortable life, and we had, we always had what we needed, and we lived comfortably. When I turned 18, my parents were like, okay, goodbye. Like, you're on your own now. You're 18, you're an adult. Go to college, do what you gotta do, get a job, make money, be responsible. And sometimes I felt like I failed at that because, I dropped out of college and I partied a lot and I just wasn't responsible, and I never had a nice car, and I didn't have savings in the bank or my own home or anything like that. And sometimes I felt like a failure. So, all of those things have made me who I am today. All of those things I think about, and I just say, I'm going to take everything that I have never done before in my life, and I'm going to turn it into the most amazing life for me and my family. And so far, I've been getting there. But, Amanda and I, in our second company, we just went for it. And I made a lot of money. And success came fast, and people were looking at me like a leader. People were asking me questions. People were saying I inspired them and I motivated them. And I don't know if anybody has ever said that to you, but it's a rush. It's a rush, because when somebody says to me, you motivated me or you inspired me, to me, that's just the ultimate compliment, because that means I'm helping somebody garner success. I'm helping change lives. I'm helping somebody get from where I was to where I am. And that is the most important thing in this industry. And once you can take a step back from the position and your title and the things going on, you have to really look at your team and say, oh my gosh, like, I helped 20 people this month get a big paycheck, or I helped a single mom, pay her rent, or I helped someone take a dream vacation who has never taken a vacation in their life. Someone got to pay their bills this month because I helped them. I coached them and I inspired them and I moved them. And that's an important factor of what we do. And it's only a portion of it, but it's a very important factor in what we do. And it drives me, because had Amanda not taken the time out of her life to teach me, to coach me, to mentor me, then I probably would never be where I am today. So it's only right that I, do that for the people in my team. Because if they're not successful, Brody, no, come lay down. Because if they're not successful, then I'm not successful. And the goal here is to take as many people as I can and change their lives. The goal here is to make wealth for everyone, because there are enough pieces of the pie to go around. There are plenty of pieces of the pie to go around, and you can have it. You can have whatever you want. You can have apple pie. You can have strawberry rhubarb pie. You can have cherry pie. You can have as much pie as you want. You can have as little as you want. You can have pie. But, leaving my last company was devastating. It was really tough, because the fact that I mentored so many people and I was engaged with a lot of people, and when you grow a team in network marketing, those people, they become your family almost, and people depend on you. So when Tyra Beauty came around, I knew it was the right decision for my family, and I knew that it was something that I had to do, and there was just something in me saying, do it, do it, do it, do it. And I had to listen to that voice, because sometimes, God speaks to us in very disguised forms. Like, we don't know what signs mean, and we don't know where our future is going to take us. We don't know anything. And sometimes the only thing that we can do is just go on pure instinct in your gut and your heart and blind faith. So leaving my last company was truly hard. I was bullied a lot leaving the company. I did not get a nice push out the door, and it was very disheartening, because people who I feel like were my friends, were my family, were my team, they didn't care about me anymore, because I wasn't doing what they were doing. And it made me stronger, and it just reaffirmed that I made the right decision. Because if you let other people make decisions for you and for your life, then you're a follower. I'm not a follower, I'm a leader. I trust in the process, and I trust in my skill, and I trust in my leadership and my ability, and I trust in the people who follow me, because without them, where would I be? this industry has just completely changed my life. I have traveled more than I have ever traveled in my entire life. I have made more money than I have in my entire life. I have been able to experience, so many different opportunities. I've met some incredible people. I've met, people who other people look up to. I've met them, and I've befriended people. And this industry is just so wonderful if you accept it into your life and you open your arms to it and you embrace it. A lot of people will join a network marketing company or a direct sales company and they do it for a hobby. But this isn't a hobby for me. This is my livelihood. My husband doesn't have another job. I don't have another job. We work from home, and this is it. This is what we do. So every day when I wake up and I get on my computer or my phone and I reach out to my team, it's because, you guys keep me going. You guys keep me going. And my story is not complete without my team. And my story is not complete without the amazing companies that I've been with. Maybe I wasn't welcomed out of my last company very well, but I'm not going to say that they didn't change my life, because they did, and the people in it did. I try to live my life with no regrets, and we experience different things for different reasons. I believe that Tyra came into my life at a time where I was seeking more, where I knew that it was going to be more. I knew that something else higher was attainable, and I will continue to chase that higher level, because I just will not rest until where I came from trumps everything of where I will be. And I know for a fact that you can do it too, because when I came into this industry, I had no experience. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how to talk to people. I didn't know how to sell the products. I didn't understand the comp plan. I just knew that I was going to do it. And how did I do it? I Googled a lot of stuff. I did. I Googled a lot of stuff. And I watched leaders. That's all you have to do. Find somebody who you look up to and watch them. Ask them, how do you do it? How do you do it? Because I want to do it. And, I'm no different from you. I'm no different from any of you. I was just a girl who wanted it. And I still want it. And I'm still going to chase it. And I'm still going to get it. And, the more people who think that way and believe that, it's attainable and you can do it, you'll get there. You have to believe in yourself before you believe in anything else. You have to trust the company you're with. You have to trust your leaders. You have to trust corporate. And you just got to trust your gut instinct. If something doesn't feel right to you, it doesn't feel right to you. If you don't think that you're going to progress, then you never will. Every time I have a promotion to hit, it's not of if, it's when. And you have to literally change your train of thought of, I will do it. I will do it. I will not make excuses. I have come from a place that I don't want to go back to. And for me, I know I'll never go back there. I have too much to offer. I have gifts to give. I have lives to change. I have an opportunity to place into people's laps. And had I never had this opportunity fall into my lap, because Tyra Beauty literally fell into my lap. Somebody sent a link in a private group and I clicked on it. And it's going to change my life drastically. And every little step that I took to get to where I am was a learning experience. And I take every single learning experience that I have and, it's all together. It's all packed in together, and I've taken little bits and pieces away from everything that I've learned, and I use it to my advantage. This is something that you can do. I promise you, you can do this. You can do exactly what I've done. And it doesn't take some science or masterminding behind it. It just takes will, and it takes want. And you have to believe in yourself. And you have to put it out there into the world. You have to put positivity out there. You have to be able and willing to change other people's lives before your own life. Because the minute you realize that, and the minute you do that, is when you become successful. Because then you're going to inspire somebody. And when you inspire people, you can change the world. So that's my advice to you. That's my story. You can do it. You can do it. You can do anything you put your mind to. You know, I'm no different. No different from you. No different from Amanda. I just want it. That's it. There's no secret. There's no tip. There's no trick. I just wanted it, and I went for it. And I didn't ask questions. I just went. I ran. And I continue to run every single day. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just running. You know, we don't know what we're doing. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I don't know what's going to happen next week or next month or next year. I do know this though. I will be successful, and I will have a gang of successful people behind me, because I'm going to teach them, and I'm going to offer wisdom and advice, and I'm going to be there for them. So I hope that you learned a little bit about me in this video, and I really hope it resonated with somebody who might have needed to hear these words. And you know, thanks for taking the 27 minutes out of your day to watch this. And you know, send me a message. Let's connect. All right. Good luck in your journey, wherever you are. Good luck in, you know, life in general. And I hope that you make it. I hope everybody makes it. So thanks for watching.